Time travel. A concept we've only seen in movies, right? But what if I told you that a real-life incident makes this fictional idea seem possible? Today, we'll talk about a mysterious plane that disappeared mid-air and reappeared after 35 years under the most baffling circumstances. This is the story of Santiago Airlines Flight EW513, which vanished into thin air on September 4, 1954, and reappeared on October 12, 1989, leaving the world in shock. What makes this incident even more terrifying is that when the plane was found, what was inside it shook the very foundation of science and logic. It all began on September 4, 1954, when Santiago Airlines Flight EW513 took off from an airport in West Germany, heading towards Porto Alegre, Brazil. There were 52 passengers and crew members on board. Initially, everything seemed normal. However, a few hours into the flight, something strange happened. The plane lost all contact with air traffic control. No one in the control room could communicate with the pilot, and no distress signals were received. The aviation authorities launched an extensive search operation, but the aircraft was never found. After multiple failed attempts, the world had no choice but to assume the worst. That Flight EW513 had crashed into the ocean or disintegrated mid-air. The families of the passengers grieved, and Santiago Airlines, unable to recover from the scandal, shut down permanently a few months later. The case of Flight EW513 was declared a lost cause, and it faded from public memory. Then, on October 12, 1989, something unbelievable happened. The air traffic controllers at Porto Alegre Airport, Brazil, picked up an unidentified aircraft on their radar. The plane was flying steadily towards the runway, as if preparing to land. Airport officials were immediately alarmed because the aircraft bore the name Santiago Airlines, a company that had been defunct for 35 years. How was this possible? Where had this plane been all these years? And most importantly, who was flying it? The control tower attempted to contact the pilot, but no response came from the cockpit. The situation became eerie. As the plane landed smoothly, officials prepared for the most chilling discovery of their lives. As airport staff cautiously approached the aircraft, they noticed something even more disturbing. The plane looked exactly the same as it did in 1954. It had not aged a single day. With growing fear and curiosity, the airport team finally opened the plane's door. What they found inside was beyond human comprehension. All 52 passengers and crew members were reduced to skeletons, still seated in their original positions. Their seatbelts were fastened as if they had never moved since the day they took off. The cockpit revealed the most shocking detail. The pilot's skeleton was still gripping the control stick, as if he had landed the plane himself. The Brazilian government immediately classified the incident and refused to release official statements. However, the story leaked, capturing the attention of paranormal researchers and scientists worldwide. One of the most prominent investigators, Dr. Celso Atello, suggested that Flight EW513 entered a time bubble, a region where time behaves differently. According to his time travel hypothesis, the aircraft somehow slipped into a temporal anomaly, causing it to vanish in 1954 and reappear in 1989 without aging. But here's the biggest mystery. If the plane truly traveled through time, who or what landed it in 1989? How could a plane piloted by a skeleton land safely on a runway? Many skeptics dismiss the Flight EW513 story as a hoax or an urban legend, much like the mysteries of Area 51. However, there are still many unanswered questions that keep this mystery alive. Did this plane really travel through time? Was it a case of a secret government experiment gone wrong? Or was it something even more mysterious? A supernatural intervention? Whatever the truth may be, Flight EW513 remains one of the most chilling aviation mysteries the world has ever heard. What do you think? Could time travel really be possible? Or is this just another fabricated story? Let us know in the comments below.